You're listening to Tour Tech, your 5 weekly takeaways to tourism success. This series is brought to you by the digital tourism think tank in partnership with the European project Tourbit, which is co-financed by the European Commission's COSME program for SMEs. I'm Nick Hall, founder of the digital tourism think tank, joined by our series co-host Marie Texier, looking after Tourbit for Paris & Co. And each week, we'll be bringing you insightful discussions with tourism SMEs undergoing digital transformation together with the innovative tech partners who are guiding them on that journey. Know yourself to travel better, or travel better to know yourself. This is the motto of today's guest, Delphine Bonte from Voyage, and it perfectly sums up today's interview, which focuses on building tailor-made trips, harnessing the true potential of digitalization in offering personalization in the trip planning process. Delphine will be joined by Ariane Flahault, founder of French startup L'Aleph and creator of the innovative tool Xenia, which is helping Delphine to deliver that tailor-made proposition by fostering human-centered digital engagement at the very heart of their approach.
Yeah, this week we welcome Delphine and Ariane that have been working together since a few years now to implement a technology called emotional computing. What does it mean? It helps you to understand the desire and the travel needs of your customers. So even if you don't know where you want to go, this technology can help you tailor-made your next destinations. And you will discover how in this episode.
Wow, that sounds really intriguing. I'm truly fascinated to hear more about how that all comes together. So let's jump straight in.
I'm Ariane Flahault. I'm the co-founder and CEO of L'Aleph, a French company. We designed and developed a digital solution called Xenia, which collects and analyzes emotions using the imagination.
Hello everyone, I am Delphine Bonte, founder of the travel agency Voyage based in France. One of our missions is crafting tailor-made travels all over the world. We aim at offering travels that align perfectly with our clients' desires.
So how did you end up working together?
I think the first time I heard about Xenia, I was listening to a podcast. It was during the pandemic. And her idea really clicked with me because I saw it could help me to go deeper in my understanding of the needs and the desire of the travelers, and maybe to make my work easier. So we keep following each other afar until Tourbit gave us a chance to share our projects.
When I learned about Tourbit program, I immediately thought of Delphine. Together, we imagined how Xenia could be implemented for the travel agency and what it could improve. We wrote the application form with a lot of enthusiasm.
And it worked because you have been selected as the 8th SME. What is the digital challenge you are facing in your travel agency, Delphine?
In our experience, the clients are looking for a travel agency who can save them time and offer trips that fit them perfectly, better than if they do it themselves, in fact. And today, the tourism is a very competitive world, and we need to stand out. And we are specialized in tailor-made travels. And in these travels, I have to take into consideration all practical information like where you want to go, when do you have to go, with who, their budget. And it's not enough to make an unforgettable experience, So we also have to consider the conscious and even unconscious desire of the clients. So our main goal is to get really good at understanding what travelers want and to rely less on just human analysis. It's a little bit tricky because often people don't even know exactly what they want. It's very tough for them to express it. So even when I speak with them during 1 hour, it's really hard. So right now, our process involves asking travelers a bunch of questions during a chat or an interview, and it takes a lot of time. And sometimes we have to get back to them and to know more. And It's a huge thing just to make the first proposal. So I was looking to integrate a solution that allows us to capture the emotion of our audience at every stage of the journey.
So, what are the longer term objectives and targets working with Xenia?
Our aim is to get our customers more engaged with their travel plans. If we pay attention to what people really want, it makes their travel experience more meaningful. So there's not just following trends or ads, they're making conscious choices and they are more aware travelers. And it's also good for the future because it's not about traveling for traveling, it's traveling because it's meaningful. Another target is to welcome a new team member in our agency. I am the only one running the show at the agency today. I handle everything from brainstorming travel ideas to dealing with customers and all what business needs. And it's because it's based only on my own analysis and skills. And it's not easy for someone to replicate the whole process. And that's what Xenia can make. We can set up a new system, a new process to keep the unique way we understand and cater to our customers' emotion.
That looks fantastic. I'm curious to understand how Xenia works in practice. Ariane, can you explain us how you implemented your solution in Delphine's agency?
Xenia works with widgets that allow respondents to easily express their feeling about a live experience or a desired experience. The travel agency uses web application first to manage its widgets which collects emotions and then sees the results. The agency sends the widget link by email or SMS to travelers when they return from their trip so that they can share their feelings. This allows the agency to emotionally qualify its travel catalog and reinforce the link with the customers. And for prospects, there is a widget that invites users to think about their future trip, to let emotions immerse them, and thus share their travel desires. The travel advisor can thus understand in depth the emotional expectation of his prospects. And by integrating the widget into a post on its social network or on its newsletter, the agency can better understand its communities globally. We can build emotional marketing personas in this way. Affective computing is the study and development of systems and devices that can recognize, interpret, process, and simulate human affects. Xenia is definitely part of this domain.
It's the first time I hear about affective computing, and it seems that we can do many different things with that. If I understood well, we can imagine our travel, but we can also follow up with the clients for marketing objectives. So it's quite powerful. So I guess, Delphine, you are using Xenia in your travel agency as a widget. Can you tell us how you have implemented that? Because it sounds scary, the word widget, and let us know if it was easy or no to implement this solution. What are your experience?
It's really easy because it's like widgets, it's like a link, only a link you can put everywhere you want, in fact. For example, for me, before the travel, because I use it really in this case, first of all. And every time someone gets in touch with us, we send them the link. We have personalized before. Each person has his link, and we can, after that, have access to their answer. So they just have to click on the link and they have to play the game, because I like to call Xenia like a game because it's really, really fun and it's unique and quick. It's not something like tough to do. It's really simple. And after, when the people just respond, we can get access to the answer and see where their feelings and what their desires are for their travel.
It sounds easy, indeed. It's easy for you as a travel agency and easy also for your customer. So it's really important to understand that. And now let's talk about figures. can you tell us how Xenia has improved your way of working, if it helped you to save time, or what are the data you can share with us?
I don't really have data, like we call it, but I can say that I noticed I save 30 to 40% of my time on each project when I use Xenia before. I also have to say something is that I confirm all the projects I do with Xenia. It's 100% of them are signing or contract.
Yeah, it's the big things to highlight is that now, thanks to Xenia, when someone wants to travel with your travel agency and they imagine they travel, it's all the time validated at the end.
Yes, exactly. I think I have to make just one or two modifications on the based program I sent the first time, but after it stopped. Before I was like maybe 4, 5, or sometimes more, but it's another story. But really, I save the time and it's really efficient.
And did you have feedback from your customer using Xenia? Did they tell you it was new, innovative, or how was their customer journey through Xenia?
It's new, of course. They don't find it innovative, but fun and like playing the game to the travel. It's like, okay, it's an introduction, but just like when you open the door, for a new experience, and it's part of the experience of the travel.
And can we say that thanks to Xenia, they are traveling before leaving their home?
Of course, before and when they come back, sometimes when we use it after and when they come back to collect their feelings. But yeah, there is one thing also that is important is that at the same time we use Xenia, we collect data for the future. It's on my travel, on the customers, I have data. And it's important because it's like all in one. You have the marketing, but you have also the tool to understand our customers for the production. And I think it's a really good solution.
Thank you, Delphine, for sharing all your experience with us. And I would like to ask to Ariane to share with us some key learnings and best practices.
It's not key learnings, but we work together with Delphine to transform emotional indicators into questions or proposals to be able to create the most personalized trip possible, which will best meet the client's expectation, even the unconscious ones.
It was really, this exercise it was really, really interesting because it was like a brainstorming. And for me, it was a way to concretize some concepts, emotional concepts, in fact. And I think for Xenia, it was also to adapt it for tourism. And I learned a lot of things, and it was really, really interesting to optimize each emotional for what we offer, to put it regarding what we offer in each program.
Because you are using Xenia at the very first when the travelers want to design their trip, and also at the end to have feedback. So it's a way for you to get reviews, maybe, or to know what you could improve in your travel and to build marketing strategy at the end.
Yes, of course. It's like really we can focus on our customers' feelings first and at the end. And I think maybe it will be a good indicator in some years, I don't know, some months and years. We can rate travel not only with stars, but maybe with small hearts or like this for emotional rates. It could be really interesting.
Yeah, and maybe also more genuine to share emotion and feelings. Maybe sometimes is more authentic than just stories on TripAdvisor, for example.
Yeah.
I think I will advise everyone that is listening to us to test it live. Maybe they can go on your website, Delphine, Un Petit Voyage, and try to test it to understand what is emotional computing. Because just talking is nice, but seeing it live on a web page really makes it more concrete and understandable. So everyone, please go. You can check on the Xenia webpage. You can also check on Un Petit Voyage and this way you will understand what we are talking about. For everyone that would like to know more about what you're doing, Ariane, where they can find information.
We have a website, lalef.com, Laleph, and a LinkedIn account, Xenia par Lalef. You can contact me by email at contact@lalef.com, and I would be very happy to discuss with you.
Your tool is available in French. Is it available in other languages?
Yes, in English.
Perfect. So basically, everyone can use it. And as it's online, no matter where you are, you can connect and try also Xenia. And Delphine, can you tell us where we can find more information about your travel agency, but also where can we travel with your destination you are offering?
So you can travel all over the world. Really, it's not the destination, it's more the experience. So where you want to go, we can do it. You can find me on the website of the agency, voyage.com. I have a profile Instagram. I'm not really good at communication now, but you can find the link. You can also buy mail only if you want.
That's a lot to take on board. What are the key takeaways for you in today's discussion?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think the easiest way to fully understand the power of this tool would be to try it. So I invite all of you to go to the website of Delphine, Voyage, and to try it live to understand what is emotional computing and how does it look like. And keep in mind that not everything is about artificial intelligence or machine learning. Other technologies exist and that can differentiate you on the market. So don't forget to open your mind.
Yes, it seems like artificial intelligence is the only thing anybody talks about these days. But of course, I think this episode has really shown us that there are a lot of nuances and a lot of different ways in which technology can help us gain that insight. So really great advice there. Well, I guess we look forward to the next episode. So what are our 5 key takeaways from today's conversation? Well, number 1, value-driven personalization is really a huge opportunity. Digital tools such as the solution presented by Aleph hold huge potential to better understand our customers' needs, interests, and motivations. And this provides valuable insights which can be channeled back into an ever more personalized trip planning process. Number 2, digital provides proof points. We increasingly see the role of digital technologies in providing proof points before travel, and this can play a valuable role in both supporting the customer at earlier stages in the trip planning process, but also in building anticipation and excitement, or better yet, further personalizing standardized experiences pre-trip. Number 3, gather data to improve guest experiences. Group and corporate travel is typically an area that has remained resistant to true digitalization, with customer preferences still leaning heavily towards manual and individually delivered support rather than off-the-shelf service bookability. But we can start to see a middle ground emerging, where technology can at very least heavily support this relationship by getting the perfect level of customization, by asking guests some data to help shape experiences according to their needs, and this is of course a win-win for everybody, whilst also streamlining processes significantly. It's worth remembering that data doesn't just have to be about performance data. It can also come from the questions we ask, or even emotive signals such as images or sentiment. Number 4, the more you know, the more you can sell. And whilst purpose-driven or conscious travel isn't all about the sale, the fact of the matter is that the more we know about our customers, the better we can serve their needs. This should at very least lead to heightened overall satisfaction thanks to a more personalized approach, but this can also present opportunities for cross-selling and ancillary revenue where it only serves to enhance the overall offer. Number 5, get serious with feedback. Never underestimate the importance of customer feedback. The more consistent you are in gathering feedback, the more widespread in your approach, and the more touch points you engage at, the more impact you can bring overall. From improved guest experiences for those visitors to more positive interactions and impact with the wider community. This, as a whole, will help to strengthen the business and, of course, make it more resilient and impactful. And that wraps up our 5 weekly takeaways for this episode. We hope this has proven insightful for you as a listener and that these insights have proven valuable from today's guests. You've been listening to Tour Tech. That's a wrap for another week. If you liked today's episode, be sure to leave a review and share amongst your networks across social. These 2 small actions make a really big difference. We appreciate the time you take to listen and, of course, to share. Make sure you don't miss future episodes. New episodes are released every Monday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all major podcasting platforms. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and get your podcasts every week in your inbox. Tourbit is a partnership co-funded by the European Commission's COSME program for small and medium-sized enterprises, and it's led by an incredible team of partners who are all as passionate about what they do as the businesses they're supporting. This includes the Catalan Tourist Board, Barcelona Chamber of Commerce, Paris & Co, Tourism 4.0 in Slovenia, Hub Brussels, Iceland's Tourism Cluster, the Lapland University of Applied Sciences, and NEST, the Tourism Innovation Centre in Portugal. On behalf of these incredible partners at Tourbit and the European Commission, and of course here at the Digital Tourism Think Tank, thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next week.